well, moving and keeping this house.
I'm definitely moving to Utah. Not yet.
I gotta admit, this entire experience of this breakup has spun my head off my neck. I need some time to actually digest this and know the right thing to do. Here's the thing with Christine in that house. Robyn and I gave her her down payment for that house. Christine couldn't qualify for financing.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball, and I have got some breaking news. Something that none of you guys were expecting, something that's going to shock and reverberate in Sister Wives Nation, and it has to do with property at Coyote Pass. The property has been paid off. I don't know what to do about this, but what's even more shocking is that not only was the property paid off, but the trusts and the like actual deeds are not going into Robyn's name. Instead, Kody and Janelle are taking both parcels, and Robyn has been removed basically from the titles of both properties. I'm shocked. This is either Kody and Janelle are getting their lining up their finances given their split and trying to divide assets at this point, or Robyn is being iced out of property and Kody and Robyn's relationship is a hot mess. But either way, this is not going to make a lot of sense, and I'm going to do my best to break this down. So let's dive into today's topic. Before we do, can you please do me a big favor and give this video a thumbs up? Also, please subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, and click on the subscribe button down below. Click on the bell if you'd like to get notified of any time I upload content or new content loads. Make sure to share this video with your friends, and if you have something to say, please leave a comment. All right. One of the biggest things and one of the biggest issues that we've all been talking about with the Sister Wives is what are they going to do with Coyote Pass? We knew that in 8 days, these loans were going to expire on the property. They had entered into balloon loans where the final loan was due in June. Well, we assumed that Kody and the wives were not going to be able to pay off the property. We assumed that they would lose the property. We assumed because Kody is such a dingbat that he would not be able to pay off the property. That was a good assumption and a fair assumption given their track record of being terrible with money. Well, as it turns out, they found a way to pay it off. But the payoff here is so bizarre and it doesn't make a lot of sense. And let me explain to you why. When Kody and Robyn and Kody and Janelle purchased this property back in 2018, Kody and Robyn were on one parcel of the land and Kody and Janelle were on a separate parcel of the land. The lot that Mary had owned was owned outright. The lot that Christine was owned outright. Got it? Janelle's property had a loan on it, so she had no equity. When Janelle and Kody moved from Vegas and Janelle sold her house in Vegas, the down payment or the money that the equity that she received from her sale of her house in Vegas was given to Kody and Robyn so they could put money down on the home that they bought in Flagstaff. In 2019, instead of renting a home, Kody made the decision that he and Robyn were going to buy a $900,000 home. Yep, that's right. And he didn't have the cash to do so. So he took money from Janelle. So Janelle might be getting some of the money paid back because Robyn's name is not on the trust. It's not on the deed. It's not on anything related to this property anymore. And she might be forfeiting her stake in Coyote Pass on at least one of the parcels. So it's wild. And either the seller in the situation was not paying attention and didn't have their names right. It doesn't make sense, but I'm still trying to figure out this side of it. So they had two loans that were taken out. One was with Kody and Janelle. One was with Kody and Robyn. Both were loans with the lender and the owner of the Coyote Pass. So the original owner of Coyote Pass, when he sold it, it was an owner-financed loan. Part of the reason they haven't been able to build is because they had these loans out. One loan was with Janelle and Kody. One loan was with Kody and Robyn. When the finance was terminated, and when they terminated these loans, and both of them were terminated, Robyn was listed as the borrower. So at some point, Janelle was taken off these loans, even though in the system with the state of Arizona, she is still listed as having a loan in her name. Make it make sense? I don't know. But the properties are terminated, meaning they've been paid in full. Okay? Once the lender released the properties and terminated the loans, the title company then took the name off of the original lender, which was called Who LLC, and transferred that to Janelle and Kody as the sole owners for both pieces of property. So they got a deed of release of full reconvenience for Kody Wynn, a man as his sole and separate property, meaning Janelle and Kody own this and they're the trusters of this. And Robyn is not on this property. This is his property separate of their relationship. Okay. So this is for their property that had been docketed at 38,18737. And so that has been paid in full and it's released to them. And so now they are the owners of this property and this is their new deed. Basically, they removed the lender from it. So when they bought this years ago, he took out a security agreement and that security agreement has now been released. But they filed it weirdly and have Robyn listed as the lender. So the one piece of property that she owned with Kody has now been released to her. The other part, though, is weird because now the second piece of property, which was a UCC loan that was filed with the name of Robyn, 83188539, that's now released from Kody. That's now released by the lender, and the trust now is put in Janelle's name. And it's not in Robyn's name. So Robyn was like removed from a piece of property by Kody and Janelle. Why would they do this? I don't know. My only guess is that it was done this way because they owe money to Janelle and they have to pay her back. But what confuses me even more is that it's either that or Kody and Robyn are splitting up and he doesn't want her to have access to this. It's bizarre that a married man in the state of Arizona would own property with a woman that he had previously been on the trust with. So the original deed for this lot that was given to Janelle and to Kody was with Robyn. Robyn's name is mysteriously removed from this, meaning the 147 that they've paid off here and that equity that they owe, that they have in this property, whether it's $200,000 or $300,000, I'm not sure. I believe the purchase price was around $200,000 for these lots. So today you would think they're probably worth $300,000, maybe more. Property values are so high. So that means Kody has removed Robyn from an asset that she literally legally held with him and has put Janelle's name on it. But he hasn't removed his name, okay? He owes Janelle money, a lot of it. But instead of removing himself from these lots, Janelle is on them with him. And he's not removing himself. So he's not allowing Janelle to own these together. He's removed an asset from Robyn and given it to Janelle. Make this make sense, but kept himself on it. If Kody and Janelle are really going to split, why would they continue to own property together? If their split is happening, why aren't these properties up for sale then? If they own these properties outright and they can now do whatever they want to do with these properties, why haven't they listed them for sale? Are they going to build on there together? Are Kody and Janelle going to build a house together? I highly doubt it. And why would Janelle, if she's now, this would have been the perfect time for them to transfer the deed. So Kody and Robyn could have transferred Janelle and just given her the property outright. But instead he kept his name on there and he took off Robyn. So he took money from Robyn, that was her money, and he's giving it to Janelle, but he's placing himself in there. So Kody is still controlling finances and is still controlling the money and the equity of these lands without Robyn involved now. So she's totally iced out of these 2 parcels of land and with Janelle. So either Kody and Janelle are going to have to sell that, Cody's going to have to transfer it to Janelle and then she sells it, or they're going to build on this. But either way, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for Kody unless he hasn't broken up with Janelle and they are going to get back together to continue to own property together. Mind you, Mary Brown still owns property with Kody at Coyote Pass. Despite all appearances that these wives have moved on, despite all appearances that the family is fractured, despite all appearances that this family is not together, years later, after these split, they are still holding properties together. It doesn't make sense at all. How many of you, years after you've split from someone and you say that you're not with them anymore, still hold property with your ex? Most people, when they go through a split and it's a final split, take the steps to sever financial ties with the people that they're with. They put properties up for sale so they can split the equity. They transfer properties and then the other person can decide what to do with the property, but they don't stay as joint owners on property. Even though Janelle is on her Instagram and even though she's acting like everything is fine and that she's split from Kody, I don't think she's really split from him because financially they're still holding property together. Christine, when she left, and I just want to give you as an example, when she left Kody, do you know what she did? First thing, got rid of the property. Gone. Kody and Robyn, she sold her house. Kody and Robyn, she deeded the property that she was a co-owner with Kody on, and she gave it to Kody and Robyn, and she walked away. Christine has no stake in the family. She doesn't have stake in Coyote Pass. She doesn't co-own anything. She's on a couple businesses, but those businesses are not even active anymore. So they're not bringing in any money, and she has since opened her own LLCs where money is going to pay her for the show, and Kody and Robyn opened their own LLCs. I don't believe Kody and Janelle are really split. I don't believe that Kody and Mary are really split. I think I think Kody and Mary have split. I don't know why Mary and Kody haven't just sold the property. Maybe they were waiting for all the properties to get put off here and then they're going to sell them all together. But again, Christine was on that property too, and she also walked away. All Mary would have had to do is removed her name and walked away. Kody could have paid her for the equity and they could have severed ties. This is still way too messy for me to believe that there's really not something else happening here. Janelle has not taken the steps to sever ties from Kody yet. And with Robyn removed and Kody and Janelle on this property now, there's something going on here. Something's not right in Flagstaff. Robyn being removed from a marital asset that she held with Kody seems wild to me if you know Robyn's history of how much she likes money and how much she doesn't want to give up things that she owns. Either she doesn't know that this happened, or Kody did this and just did it anyway without her permission, or he did it and she's furious, or they're doing this to pay Janelle back, which again doesn't make sense because they didn't give her the property outright. Long story short, and I've repeated myself way too many times to count, something fishy is happening in Flagstaff. They own their properties outright. The properties as of today are not up for sale. They haven't started building. There's no permits that have been pulled, but Robyn loses money. He ices her out of marital assets and he sticks himself on a property with Janelle, and they own 2 together. They have not really split. There's a possibility here in my mind that there's reconciliation, despite all appearances that we're seeing on the on social media, despite all of that, I still think there's a possibility they'll get back together. And I still think there's a possibility that this so-called split is all for show. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.